I got a lot of questions yesterday about these mini bolts that I use to store my fat quarters, and figured today I would give you guys a little bit of a tutorial. Going into my resolution to ditch my stash, I needed to be able to see it, and having them sorted out sort of like a bookshelf is just the best way for me to see what I have already. I went to Michael's and Joann's and bought just a 20 by 30 inch foam board, and the size we're trying to get is 7.5 inches by 10 inches. I didn't have a board to cut, so here's a visual of how the cuts work. So 1 cut down the middle, and then 3 cuts on the long side, and that gets you 8 bolts per board. And then when I get fat quarters, I just take them apart and wrap them onto the foam board the same as the bolts that you see in the fabric store. I do have a system to keep track of which ones have multiples, so if you saw in the first bolts that I showed in this video, I do blue for remnants, so there's more of it, and I'll do orange clips if I have more than one of that fat quarter on the same bolt. For me, being able to see the fat quarters I already have has made me realize that I don't need to buy more of them, and that I have so many options and color choices to choose from for projects that I want to make. I do think that there is good to be found in having a stash if there's something that you think of and that you want to make, but I do think there's a difference between saving for later and over-consuming when it comes to crafts. I have a feeling that there is a solid quilt top to be found in this fat quarter stash. What do you think?